Vamos a hacer panqueques de harina de almendra. We're gonna make almond flour pancakes today in English, but the Spanish version, it will be a link below the video. So to make the batter for these almond flour pancakes, I have in a big bowl some almond flour. I'm gonna add the measurements for all the ingredients below the video so you can see how that's made and a link for you to print out the recipe. So to the almond flour, I'm gonna add a little bit of almond milk in here. These pancakes are paleo, they're grain-free, they have no gluten either or dairy, so they're good to go. 2 eggs. So if you're wondering if you can make this recipe egg-free, I have not found that the texture comes out that great when I use an egg-free substitute for this recipe, so that's why I use 2 eggs in here. I also have half a cup of very ripe mashed banana. You know, you can even use a frozen one that you meant to use in a smoothie that's in the freezer. Just let it thaw out, mash it, and put it in here. And then I'm also going to add a pinch of salt and some baking powder. A little baking powder helps the pancakes rise, so I'm adding that into the bowl. With a fork, I'm going to just simply break up and whisk my eggs in here, and then mix it together with the milk, the bananas. You just want to go around your bowl and incorporate all of the almond flour that's in the sides and make sure that the egg is well incorporated into the mixture. As you can see, this almond flour batter is much thicker than traditional pancake batter, which is okay because these pancakes are nutritious and delicious. That was such a mom thing to say. Nutritious and delicious. I've got 3 kids. Gotta tell my kids these are nutritious and delicious. Now they just like the syrups that I use over the pancakes, which I have blueberry syrup, I have a peach syrup, I have strawberry syrup, homemade syrup, also all below the video. So I have a griddle here that's been preheating. You can make these definitely in a non-stick pan. You do want to make sure, even though the surface is non-stick, to grease it a little bit so that you can easily release your pancakes. The best way to make sure that almond flour pancakes cook through well is by making them smaller. These are not like your big pancake house pancakes, so about 2 tablespoons size. They don't really spread too much. They stay in place really well. Wherever you pour it, that's where it goes. So you want to make sure that your pancake batter is not too thick because you'll have uncooked middles. So gently, you do want to spread the batter around once you've poured all of them. Now my heat is on medium heat. I don't want to burn one side of my pancakes while they still don't feel cooked through, so medium heat is always best for almond flour pancakes. Now obviously these almond flour pancakes are not like your traditional pancakes, they're not as thick and fluffy, but it is the recipe that won my kids over in I Have It inside of my family Kickstart program, which thousands of parents have used to get away from processed foods and sugar and just establish healthy eating habits with the kids. So if eating healthier is something that you're interested in, I want to make sure that I link that below the video for you, because I know how tough it can be to get your kids to eat healthy when you're trying to make better eating choices as an adult. So you know your almond flour pancakes are ready to be flipped when they lift easily from one side. They are more delicate, so a spatula sometimes will break them as you try to take a peek. So I like to kind of assist myself with a knife and flip them just like that. Now, if when you lift it starts to break, you know that it's not ready to be flipped. So as these finish cooking, I'm just gonna give you a couple of tips. If you have leftover pancake batter, you can just take this, put a lid on it or transfer a smaller container and put it in the refrigerator overnight. And then the next day you can eat another batch. It's what I typically do when I'm the only one eating these sometimes. Or you can use up all your batter and make a full batch. And once they're cooled, you can put them in the refrigerator. The next day or 2, you can just heat them up in the microwave or the toaster oven and eat them. So if you're wondering if you can freeze almond flour pancakes, the short answer is yes, but the texture does change, so I don't recommend it. So what I do recommend is that you cook your batch and keep them in the refrigerator for a couple of days and take them out as you need them. This way your texture won't change and the pancakes are just as delicious. All right guys, so let's plate these. These are fully cooked through. They have perfect texture right here. And before I pour my next batch, let me show you the inside. I know you want to see this and what they look like. Check it out, perfectly cooked middles. The banana flavor is very mild, sweetens the pancakes just enough without adding any sugars. Delish. Make sure to grab the measurements to the ingredients to these awesome almond flour pancakes right below this video in the description box, as well as other pancake recipes syrups, and so much stuff that you can make your breakfast awesome. And while you're down there, hit that red subscribe button so you and I get to cook together a few times a week. See you later. See you later. That was like a see you later. See you later, alligator. Pancakes? Anyone?